PTA Council and AF for co-sponsoring this and for working together, because that's what we have to do here. So with those remarks, thank you in advance. And Mr. Tam, you have up to 2 minutes for your closing remarks. 2 minutes, not 1 minute.
I served the district for over 38 years as a parent, a teacher, and administrator. I understand the inner workings of the district, having served as an administrator, and I know of the past mistakes that previous administration had made. I am about building positive relationships. I am about building alliances. As a school board member, I will be transparent, available, and inclusive. I know that I made a difference at the schools that I have served, and I have a passion to continue to make a difference for all the children of our district. Thank you.
So I believe that we're at a critical point for public education in the state of California. The funding situation is absurd, both in the amount and method of delivery. Our state legislators have time and time again proven their inability to even begin to think about fixing the system. Does anyone here remember that 2008 was going to be the year of education? We need to do all we can to fight for a different system while educating our children for this 21st century. It is going to take a lawsuit to explode this dysfunctional system, and I commit my support for anything that we can do to help that. I also believe that we're at a critical point for public education in Alameda. We'll have a new leadership team in place at the end of this year, beginning of next year, and the composition of that team will go a long way to determining how well we succeed in our mission of educating tomorrow's leaders. I became a citizen of this country in 2001 so that I could better help the youth of Alameda. It was that first Measure A that prompted me to become a citizen. So I ask for your support in continuing my role on the board. And I'd just like to take the time to quickly read a letter. As I said, this is mostly a thankless task here. It's certainly unpaid. And while there are times I doubt my sanity, I don't doubt my passion for the youth of Alameda. So I received this thank you note. Very quickly, let me be one of many to thank you for serving on the AUSD school board. Though it may seem like a relatively thankless job, what you are doing now allows students like me to succeed and ultimately shape my life to achieve the dreams and goals I hold dear. For that, thank you. Please continue to support our education system and to provide Alameda students with a brighter and better future. Sincerely, Alison Quach, Student Board Representative, 2008 Alameda High School. And this is, frankly, what makes it worthwhile. Thank you.
So, I can look out my back porch and see a school, so I know education. So seriously, frankly, I'm running for school board because I believe I can help provide the community leadership that our schools need. Barbara and I have 3 children attending the Alameda schools. Barbara owns a small business on Park Street, and we care deeply about public education and have been advocating it for years. Working together, I believe we can have the excellent schools our children and citizens deserve. When elected to the AUSD board, I'll provide leadership to the board and district. I'll continually advocate for excellence education for all Alameda's children and communicate with the entire community regarding our efforts. I'll bring my business experience managing small and medium-sized businesses over the past 30 years, and indeed I'll bring my experiences serving on and chairing boards, commissions, civic organizations, including PTAs, and indeed I'll bring over 5 years of serving on a school board to my position. We must have schools that allow every child to meet their potential. We must make sure that all schools and classes are exceeding and meeting California standards. We must have classes and programs that prepare our college-bound students for the rigors of a four-year university, and at the same time address the challenges of the achievement gap head-on, and ensure equitable access to our limited resources. We must really fight for our fair share of funding. Simply going and asking Sacramento year after year for more funding has not worked and will not work. We cannot keep running our schools the way we have for the last decade if we're going to meet the challenges of the future. Frankly, there's no magic answers to the pressing needs we have, but I believe working together and being a leader is what's needed. I have the demonstrated ability to do that, just that for our community, and again, for passionate, committed, experienced leadership, I ask for your vote.
Good evening. The first thing I want to do is I want to thank each and every one of you for coming this evening and staying here. It's 9 o'clock, and when I look out there, I see these are the people that I have worked with for really the past 10 years as a volunteer to bring quality education to all of our students. And really, my hat's off to you, because it's working with you that has made us where we are and has really made a difference in offering the quality that we all want for all of our students. When I became PTA Council President 2 years ago, I thought about how could we do it better, and instead of having to sit around a table and talk about, and that's where all the presidents of the PTAs go, and talk about, you know, what's going great at our schools and how much money we raised or what other fundraisers we had, I said, what I want to know is what isn't working at your school, because I know that there are things that you talk about between yourselves and people talk to me about where we could improve, and really, that's what I feel like we need to put the spotlight on. We need to talk about those things, and then we need to work together to solve those problems. And we have incredible resources within our community. We have very dedicated teachers, parents, staff, people that come to work every day and serve our students. And then we have community members, business leaders that want to support us. And communication, we really need to increase the communication so that we can work together. We were very successful doing a concert, and we have a long line of musicians that want to step up to fundraise for our schools. There's different ways to do it. We need to think outside the box. What do I bring that you guys may not know about? I'm a business litigation attorney. I used to practice business litigation down in Newport Beach. I grew up in Los Angeles. I'm Hispanic. My family was the first Hispanic family to move on into my block when I was a child growing up in Los Angeles, and I grew up in Southgate, which is adjacent to Linwood and Watts. I experienced white flight. My family stayed, and my middle and high schools were very diverse, and I was able to be very successful as a student because we were offered what I didn't recognize at the time, the quality education.